Normally, the function of our lungs is for respiration, also known as gaseous exchange. To do that, we first have to understand how the alveoli work. When gas enters the alveoli, it dissolves into a thin layer of liquid inside the alveoli. It then passes through a thin layer of cells in the alveoli to our bloodstream by diffusion. This is how our body gets oxygenated blood. And on the other hand, another important function of the lungs is the excretion of carbon dioxide. It works the same way as oxygen, but in the opposite direction. The importance of getting rid of carbon dioxide in our body is to maintain the acid-base balance in our bloodstream. When carbon dioxide enters our bloodstream, it combines with water to form hydrogen bicarbonate. It will then convert into hydrogen ion and bicarbonate ion. The increase of acidic hydrogen ion in our bloodstream will lower the pH values of our bloodstream and trigger the chemoreceptors to signal the medulla oblongata to increase the respiratory rate. Now let's look at one of our patients with pneumonia.
Hi Sherman, my name is Robert. I'll be your nurse today, and how are you today?
Hi Robert, I'm diagnosed with pneumonia, but can you explain to me what is it?
Pneumonia is the infection of the air sacs in your lungs. It will cause inflammation of the air sacs, and when inflammation happens, your air sacs start swelling and the gaseous exchange is impaired. Then you lose the ability to take in oxygen and get rid of the carbon dioxide in the body.
So, what caused my pneumonia?
So Sherman, the pneumonia that you have is a community-acquired pneumonia that is caused by bacteria called Streptococcus pneumoniae. This type of pneumonia is the most common type of pneumonia. However, pneumonia can also cause by viruses, bacteria, like organisms, and fungi.
So what kind of signs and symptoms will I experience then?
Some common signs and symptoms will be fever, cough, which will produce thick and sticky fluid, shortness of breath, headache, and fatigue.
Can you explain a little further about a couple of the signs and symptoms for me, please?
Okay, I will explain to you about the fever and shortness of breath.
Okay.
For fever, when inflammation occurs, the white blood cells in your body will rush into the infectious site, engulfing and neutralizing the bacteria. At the same time, it will release a protein called cytokines. Cytokines triggers your hypothalamus to increase body temperature. When the infection goes away, less white blood cells will accumulate in the infectious site. Therefore, less cytokines will be released and your body temperature will go back down gradually.
How about shortness of breath?
For shortness of breath, inflammation causes your blood vessels to be leaking and fluid leaks out from your blood vessels to the extracellular space. This will impair the gas exchange. In an effort of getting more oxygen in and getting rid of the carbon dioxide in your bloodstream, your brain will increase the respiratory rate. This is how you get the shortness of breath. When inflammation goes away, less carbon dioxide will be accumulated in your bloodstream and your respiration rate will go back down gradually. This is how homeostasis regulates the body temperature and carbon dioxide level in our body.
Thank you so much for the great information.
As a summary, pneumonia is an infection that causes inflammation. It disrupts the normal function of our lungs, causing symptoms like fever, cough with sticky fluid, shortness of breath, fatigue, and other symptoms. Negative feedback mechanism is used to restore our body's equilibrium, and this is how homeostasis maintains a relatively stable environment in our body.